It's a very short lesson. Beware of false prophets. Everywhere we go, we hear religious lessons. Not long ago, I was talking to some relatives, and they were concerned with their children who had gone into another religion, and they were observing, having gone with them to worship. He said, but they're not so different from what we are. In other words, they sing and they pray and they glorify God. They may have instruments of music and they may do other things, but that's not too different from what we do. And yet we must realize that in our world, we have to deal with the real facts. There were other religions in Jesus' day too. And he even spoke concerning the religion of the Jews, Judaism. And he called their teachers false teachers. For God has given unto us foundational stones on which our religion is built. And that's called doctrine. There are those doctrinal foundations that many of these religious groups today that exist deny or change. And Jesus wanted them to know that life is littered with false teachers. And in Matthew 7, verse 13, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. Beware of false prophets. This is our Lord speaking. And he faced them down, and he told them their errors. And even though they were revered by the people, many of the people who had their eyes open laughed at those false teachers, for they could see the falsity of their teaching. Let's read the entire context. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. In other words, they appear to be what they're not. But inwardly, that is in their hearts, they're ravenous wolves. They're out for their own good. You will know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? And I'm sure those in the audience were laughing. That's ridiculous. Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, and a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. And then Jesus said, every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. In another place, he talked about cutting down a tree, and he asked the question, why let it cumber the ground? Why let it take nourishment from the ground when it wasn't beneficial? Paul, in writing to the Corinthian Christians, said, examine yourselves as to whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. And this lets us know that we are responsible for what we believe. We can't say, well, that was what my mother believed, or my daddy believed, or my aunt believed, or some other relative believed. Or that's what my boss believed. We're going to be examined for our faith. Paul, continuing the argument he had in writing to the Corinthians who just studied on Wednesday night from this recently, he wrote to them and he wanted them to see the foolishness of these false teachers. So he did something he didn't want to do. They bragged, so he thought, well, I'll brag and show them how foolish bragging is. It's of no real value. And concerning that bragging, what do, I will also continue to do. I'm going to continue to do this till you see the falsity of it. That I may cut off the opportunity for those that desire an opportunity to be regarded just as we are in the things of which they boast. In other words, these false teachers want to look like us, so I want to show how foolish that is. For such are false apostles. They spoke like them and dressed like them, but they were not speaking the truth. They are deceitful workers. They're not telling the truth. Transforming themselves into apostles of Christ, taking upon themselves an honor that was due them. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself to an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers or servants also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. I saw a little ad in a paper that comes to our house. I think it was the Courier Journal. And in that ad, in that paper, there was a picture of a man who called himself an apostle. And in that ad, he says, I'm looking for X number of people, I think he said 20 or 30, to start new churches, because the majority of Christians today are not Christians. They're worshiping falsely. They don't know what they're doing. Think about that. He said, none of us know what we're doing, and he's come to give us the truth. That means we're going to have to examine him and what he teaches very closely. For he claims to have the truth that nobody else has, and everybody else is worshiping in a false religion. So we'll examine him. When the leaders need God the most, they call on the prophets of God. In 1 Kings 22, verses 4 through 23, not all of them quoted, King Ahab of Israel called upon King Jehoshaphat of Judah. And Ahab's son and Jehoshaphat's daughter just married, contrary to what God wanted, but that's what they did. And Ahab wanted Jehoshaphat to go to war against Ramoth Gilead, against their enemy. But being leaders, one of them follower of God, the other one had broken away from God. They agreed to require the voice of the prophets to find out whether they should go or not. What will the prophets tell us? And there were many prophets at that time in Israel and Judah. And they agreed to go, but required the voice of the prophets. They always one, of course, said, go. All the prophets said, yeah, go to war. You'll win. Things going to be fine. But there was another singular prophet, Micaiah, who usually gave a negative report to Ahab. Ahab says, I hate him. He never tells me anything good. But Jehoshaphat, willing to hear another prophet, said, bring him on. I want to hear what he has to say. And Ahab questioned him. He said, yeah, go to war. The victory will be yours. And Ahab says, I told you he never says anything good about me. And they examined him, and this is what he said. God came to me, and God told me to lie to you. And he put a lying voice in all of your 400 prophets. Because God wants you to go out there and be killed. And that's what's going to happen if you go to war. And Ahab said, yeah, I told you what it says. It never says anything good to me. But they went to war, and Ahab died with an arrow shot into the air, not particularly aimed at him. God directed to him, and they washed his blood there in water that they had stolen from another family. Property they'd stolen from another family. There are false prophets, and there were then and there are today. past parallels of teachers, parallels the present today. The prophets prophesy lies in my name. That article in the paper says there are no churches today that are true churches that belong to Christ. It's saying to us that we are falsely serving God. He's saying, I'm the true prophet. All the others are false. The prophets prophesy lies in the name. I've not sent them, commanded them, nor spoken to them. They prophesy to you a false vision, divination, a worthless thing in the deceit of their hearts. Jeremiah had already hung his head as a prophet in sorrow. God had given him to the people to warn them what was coming. They weren't listening. And this is what he said in chapter 5. An astonishing and horrible thing has been committed in the land. The prophets prophesied falsely, and the priests ruled by their own power, and my people love to have it so. That's what they want. But what will you do in the end, behind the answering for that which you have lived? What's the answer? And that's from the Old Testament. Now we look at the New Testament about false prophets. Galatians 1 verse 8, Paul is writing to the Christians of Galatia. He had been there and he converted them. And he's writing them. And he's saying, but even if we, that is Paul and his associates, or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel to you than what we have preached you, let him be accursed. Paul said, if I came in and started preaching another gospel, I would be cursed because it would be contrary to what God told us to say. John tells us in 1 John 4, beloved, do not believe every spirit. These false teachers. But test the spirits, whether they are God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. So it becomes our responsibility today to check what someone preaches from the Word of God. That's what happened in Berea when Paul went there. It's recorded in Acts 17. The Bereans were more noble than those in Thessalonica because they received the Word with all readiness of mind and searched the Scriptures daily as if those things were so. Every one of us must be, in a sense, a Bible scholar. Scholar meaning a Bible reader and understander. A person who reads to learn. A person who reads to obey. A person who reads to check. A person that says, Lord, here am I. What do you want me to do? And they open their Bible and understand that question's answer. Paul was writing to the church. And he said to them, I know your works. And he writes to us in this letter too. I know your works. I know what you're doing. I know your laborers that you do from day to day. I know your patience. And that you cannot bear those who are evil. You hate evil. How did they know it? Through the teachings of God's Word. And you have tested those who say they are apostles and are not. And have found them liars. You have preserved and have faith. And have labored for my name's sake and have not become weary. In other words, you have A+, 100%. You're doing what's right when it comes to checking what people teach and seeing if it's so or not. But it goes on to say, nevertheless I have against you one thing. You left your first love. In other words, you have been a Christian for so long and been involved in the Christian life for so long, glorifying God, that it's gotten old as far as love for the brethren is concerned. You've dealt more with fundamentals than you've dealt with the relationship of one-on-one. Remember, therefore, from where you have fallen, We not only have to know the truth, we must have the zeal and the love for our brethren that goes with it. Repent and do the first works, or else I'll come to you quickly and remove your lampstand or candlestick from its place, unless you repent. So there are two areas of our lives. Yes, we must examine false teachers, but we ourselves must have the love for others, including those that are brothers and sisters in Christ. Now I ask the question, what's the nature of these false prophets? Well, first, they're not what they seem to be. They come in sheep's clothing that's wool outwardly. But inwardly, that is the purpose of their heart, what they really hope to gain. They're ravening wolves ready to pounce on the unaware. In other words, they have motives for preaching and teaching that are not truly what God wants them to have. When I look at you and you look at me, we see each other with our eyes. I can look at you and you can look at me, and since I've known you for so long and you've known me for so long, we look beyond the clothing we have on and we look at the heart. What kind of people are we in the heart? And we look at one another. We usually judge a person by their dress, by their physical appearance, by the way they speak and their choice of words, their tone of voice. But this is only an outside measurement. What are we inside? What are we really truly at heart? What do we hope to gain in dealing with one another or the people around us? Our character is what is under consideration in this question. What is the nature of the character of the false prophet? Well, he has motives that do not show on the surface, but that he's well aware of and which he is pursuing. But we will be held accountable to God. This thought came to me as I was working on this lesson. I've been watching my television, and I happened one morning, one Saturday morning, you know how that is, sports. And I got a hold of a golf game. For some reason, there's a break in there. They were showing how to hold a golf stick, how to stand, how to place your feet, how your head should be aimed, and how you go through the swing. Every little bit of what needed to be done to have a perfect follow through was examined. It wasn't long after that, my wife and I watched the baseball games and the football games too. Of course, Alabama is one of our favorites. Have you got your favorites too? And I don't argue with you about that. Atlanta also is a good baseball team. We've been following them. And every once in a while they'll have someone on there and they'll say, now did you see that pitch he just threw? Now, if he had held it in a certain way, it would be a two-seamer. And it would have done this, and that fellow would have been impossible to do this. So scientifically, they tell you how to throw the ball, how to hold your shoulders, how to stand, how to follow through. Come to think of it, that's what public speaking is about. I took a course in college on public speaking. And they tell you how to stand before the audience, how to breathe, how to be positive, how to reach out. In fact, everything is choreographed. Like if you see people on a stage and they do everything in unison, take a step this way, or step that way, an arm this way, an arm that way, head this way, or they jump up and down all at the same time. That's choreographed. But believe you me, Satan choreographs all of his false teachers. So they appear to be the real thing and get the real results, when in fact they're serving Satan, not God. So we have to be careful when we listen to a speaker that we hear what he says and only to observe the tone in which it is said. How he is dressed, how he speaks. Is what's said true? Does it measure up to God's standard? Is it what we're going to be judged by? Satan's very good at pornography. In Matthew 7, every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you shall know them. That's how you gauge the results. And the real emphasis here is on us. What kind of fruit are we if we follow the teaching of those who are lost? As I was preparing this lesson, I thought of a person one time that I was teaching the gospel. And she looked at me and she said, well, Brother Carl, if I do what you want me to do, that would say that my mother's going to hell. In other words, I believe my mother more than I believe you. How do you answer someone like that? Well, the answer is that God is judging the mother and God is judging the child. Each separately and independently. Each will stand on his or her own merits. We'll be judged according to our deeds done in the body, not what our parents did in the body or what our children do in the body. We'll be judged independently. Paul had this in mind when he said that we are to examine ourselves, underline ourselves. Every person will answer for himself before God. What does this false teacher want? Well, this Satan has deluded him into thinking he's doing God's will, when in fact what he's doing is Satan's will. I had a friend, he's passed on, but he told me one time, Brother Carl, I can prove to you that you have to worship on Saturday. That's the day of worship. Sunday is not the day of worship. You sit down with that person and you examine what the Bible says. The Word of God has been given to us so we can be sure that we're doing God's will. It is the standard by which we gauge or check ourselves or whether we're in the faith or not. Any other measuring stick will not do the job. Only God's Word must be used. And it's written in such a way that we all can understand it and apply it to our lives and know what God requires of us to please Him. I had a college class under Brother Stroop, a book that he had written, Can the People Understand the Bible Alive? It was a 2-quarter course with 2 volumes that he written. His conclusion is what the Bible says. God has written His Word so we can understand it. If we're going to be held accountable for it, then we certainly can understand it. It has been written in such a way so that we can understand. To bring the lesson closer to the end this morning, Jesus helped us to do this, understand. In Matthew chapters 5 through 7 in the Sermon on the Mount. Not many Sundays ago we went through this particular part of it, so I won't spend much time on it this morning. But he said, Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are the poor in spirit. They're the people who will have the happiness of life. Because they understand that they need God. Blessed are those that mourn, when they realize that this is not the answer, that God has a better place for us. Blessed are those that hunger and thirst after righteousness. They're the ones who are going to be filled. They're the ones who are going to get the most out of life. Blessed are the merciful. That is, those who have compassion for others and carry that compassion through to hell. Blessed are the pure in heart, those who do not allow their hearts to be filled with trash, but seek the honest and good things of life. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for God's on their side. Angry with brother without a cause. Now there are reasons to be angry, but anger should be based on things that are not what God wants us to be angry with. There are those who have lust in their heart, take oaths to cover a lie, hates the enemy, does arms to seek of men, prays in order to be heard of men, those who lay up treasures on the earth rather than in heaven, those who serve two masters, judge others small while overlooking their own. The answer as we come now to the close. What's the nature of a true teacher of God? He has the heart of the flock at heart and puts the flock before himself. There are no ulterior motives in his preaching. He's preaching for all of our good. God's true prophets in the Old Testament, as well as the apostles and those young preachers that followed them, demonstrates the true heart of the man of God, who is the good shepherd, who is the shepherd following the good shepherd, who follows Christ. There are those who are following us. I wish there were more. I wish this building was a little fuller this morning. It can be, it may be at some future time. We've got to change our thinking and our activities and our outreach. There are those who follow us. What kind of leaders are we? Where are we leading? Why are we leading? Or why are we failing to lead? What do we hope to gain in the long run as we stand before God? Give an account of the deeds done in the body. Titus, Paul writing to him, for the grace of God that brings salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present age. That's the true teacher. Looking for the blessed hope and the glorious appearing of our great God and Savior Jesus Christ, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from every lawless deed and purify unto himself his own special people, sons and good works. Here is the good fruit. Here is what the grace of God produces, should produce in us. Here's what we become because we don't listen to the false teachers. We try the teachers and we examine ourselves. A great day is coming. We must not only enter at the straight gate that leads to the narrow way, we also must be aware of false prophets who would lead us astray. They are among us, but they do not partake of the nature of the Christian life because at heart they are ravening wolves, thinking only of themselves and their own personal goals. So let me ask the question, what is mine and what is your reaction to false teachers? That may be pleasant, that may be agreeable. How do we live with them and adapt to them? Do we endure them, ignore them, or oppose the false teacher? They may outnumber us, but God has given us the power of the gospel that they do not have. So this morning, a lesson, but a simple lesson, but a very necessary one for all of us. Beware of false prophets. One day we'll stand before God and we cannot point to somebody, I'm where I am because that person led me the wrong way. No, we are what we are because we allow God to lead us in the right way. And this morning, are you in the faith and am I in the faith? And are we going in the right direction? And are we serving God with a whole heart and spirit? Have you obeyed the gospel and are you content to live in obedience? You answer that question as we stand and sing the invitation.
All things are ready.